All right, welcome to the Fairway to Green Podcast Network. This is the Green Teas Podcast, and I'm Carter Whitelow. I'll be your host. And this is our first episode, man. This is the spark. And I'm here to talk to you about basically what we're going to be doing for the next God knows how long. But first and foremost, I want to introduce you to myself. So, the first inaugural episode, we'll be talking about my journey in golf. And I'm new to golf. I've only been golfing about 2 years, but in those 2 years, I've gotten from a handicap that you would not believe down to a handicap that's more respectable, around a 13. And during that time, the game of golf has opened me up to so many different opportunities and so many different people. And I can't wait to share, number one, my experience with golf, and number two, all of our guests. So the Green Teas podcast is going to be a very, very cool experience. Number one, we're going to be talking about what's going on in golf, just daily current events. Number two, we're going to be talking to golf influencers and people on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok that are killing the game out there, sharing their knowledge and their love for the game of golf, whether it be instructional, having a good time, going out there shooting shit with your boys and gals, or whatever it may be. And then talking about people's stories, because that's one thing I really want to key on, is the stories of people that play golf. And that's the most important part of this game that I've seen so far. When you get out there with a foursome or a twosome or even by yourself, it gives you an opportunity to really drill down like nothing else in society. And you get 18 holes, whether it be 3 hours or 9 holes, hour and a half. Maybe you just play for a couple minutes, go out to the range and shoot the shit. But regardless, you're out there by yourself, in your lonesome, fighting your own demons and swinging a club. So I can't wait to talk to you guys about my personal experience. And number two, bring a lot of cool guests, a lot of my really cool friends on here to talk to you about their experience in this great game of golf. So, first and foremost, I want to talk about my uh, experience with the game of golf. I'm a black guy. I don't know if you can tell that already, but if you're listening to this on podcast, a traditional podcast, you can't see me. I'm a black kid. When I was growing up, I did not play golf at all, not one bit. My games of choice were basketball, baseball, football, soccer, basically everything but golf until 1995. And my dad and I were sitting around watching TV, and this young black kid comes on TV named Tiger Woods. And I'd never seen anyone that looked like him swing a golf club before, because where we came from, there were only white kids playing golf, which is cool. But it means something different when you see someone that looks like you doing something. I don't care who you are. Um, but we saw Tiger Woods play, and I was immediately enamored. Like, I was like, man, who is this kid? Not only was he, you know, a black guy playing golf, he was the best. And that really woke my eyes up to say, man, if he can do it, man, I want to do it. I was out there swinging the baseball pretty damn hard. I could hit the ball pretty good. But as you all know, swinging a baseball bat and swinging a golf club are two completely different things. So I'd watch him, got filled with immense pride as he won the Masters, all the tournaments he won. And finally, probably about a year or two after that, I went over to a friend's house. His name is Chris Beam, and he lived right on the edge of Spotswood Country Club in Harrisonburg, Virginia. And we went out of this back door, and he gave me a 9 iron and said, "Hey, Carter, why don't you hit this? We're hitting it from, his back deck area in his backyard into like the 12th fairway." So he gives me the club. I line up. Now I'm thinking back on it, I probably came way over the top because, my ball just went left to way right. And the moment I hit that club, I was like, holy shit. I think I found a game that I will love forever. But back then, I was a broke teenager. I wasn't on the golf team. So I didn't even know where to play, when to play, how to play. So I kind of laid it to the side for a little bit. Went to basketball, was pretty good at ball, pretty good at football, pretty good at baseball. And just as life went on, lost the love of the game. Um, but as you know, time went on, I started driving past the driving ranges and really said to myself, okay, maybe I'll go out there and grab those rusty clubs that they have like sitting in the driving range and I'll just try it. And I was absolutely dreadful to the point where I didn't want to do it anymore. And you go to Top Golf and all these other places, and it's just light work. You're not really thinking about form or the proper takeaway or a draw swing versus fade swing or anything like that. You're just trying to hit the ball as hard as you can and swing it out of your shoes. So I do that for a while. And I was also going to school. After I finished school, I worked at Maggiano's Little Italy as a server. And I had a friend there that their husband worked at Kinlock, which is a very, very prestigious golf course in Richmond, Virginia. And he came to Maggiano's one day and gave me like a full set of clubs. I mean, they were garbage, they were all mismatched. Some of them were Titleist, some of them were like Big Bertha, whatever. But it was the first time I ever had a proper set of clubs. So I took them, threw them in my trunk, and basically forgot about them. Every once in a while I go to the range, but they were there. I never really went on in the course, never really played. Um, but they existed in my car. Golf was kind of a part of my life, but whatever. Fast forward 7 years. By this time, I had started working at a firm in Richmond, Virginia, a law firm, and I just got a new job um, as a government relations advisor. So basically, a lobbyist. And uh, I always heard, hey, if you want to do great in business, you got to learn how to play golf. Whatever. Um, that's very, very true because we went to a retreat. Actually, it was the Virginia House Republicans retreat in Hot Springs, Virginia. And if you're familiar with Hot Springs, Virginia, that is where the Homestead Resort is. It is the oldest continuously running golf course in the United States of America. And one of the things you do there when you go there is play golf. So you can sign up for like shooting, a hike, which you think my black ass is going to get out there and hike? I don't think so. Or golf. So my first round, quote unquote, I can't even call it that, was with Delegate Wendell Walker of Lynchburg, Virginia. And he was very, very kind because, I'm a black guy that looks somewhat athletic and it looked like I could swing. When I went out there and played my first round of golf, it was the most miserable experience I think I've ever had in my life. I if I kept score, which I didn't, so this was a captain's choice, so you kind of just have a twosome or a foursome, you go out there and swing the thing. I probably would have shot like a 200. I mean, everything was a slice, duffing here or there, but the scenery was so great and the conversation was even greater. And I will never forget that. Thank you, Delegate Wendell Walker. I appreciate you for kind of easing me into this process because at that time I would have never known that I would have loved this game as much as I have now. So that was my first round. My first real round was September 28th, 2022. And right before this fundraiser, because a lot of the fundraisers we do uh, in government relations involve golf tournaments. So we had a golf tournament, and I went out to Dick's Sporting Goods and bought one of those like all you can eat club sets. You know what I'm saying? Like you get all the clubs, you get a bag. It's like a box club set. It was a Cobra club set with like the most wiggly shafts ever imaginable. Driver head sounded like a tin can, but I was super duper happy to have my own clubs at that time. And I went out to Salisbury Country Club for Jason Ballard's golf tournament. And I played with a couple of my buddies. Randy Pearson is one of them. Shout out to Randy Pearson, one of my real good friends. And I went out and shot a 142. All right. And by the end of this thing, they were kind of just giggling like, dude, you are just complete and utter trash, dog. Like, absolute gutter trash. And I can't blame them. I was terrible under retrospect. But one of the things happened that always happens on the 18th hole. I had a 3 wood. It was probably 240 yards out. And I went leaned back, completely relaxed because I was done. I was like, man, I'm never going to hit this shit straight. Cranked one right down the middle of the fairway, 215, 220 yards, and dribbled on the green. It was the best shot I ever had in my life. And it was like a tidal wave shot from the end of my club into my hands, into my body, into my heart. And I was hooked on dope. I was hooked on the game of golf like dope. You could not get me away from the game from that moment. And I decided right then and there, look, I want to play this game. I think it's going to be beneficial for my career. I think it's going to be beneficial for my life. Why not? Let's just give it a shot. I'm competitive. So I started playing all the time. There's a driving range over here. Handover Golf Club is near my home. I don't know if you're familiar with Richmond, Virginia area, but if you are, it's on Route 1 in Hanover County. And just a cheap, driving range. They've got a cover so you can, swing at any time, day or night, rain or shine. And I went out to Hanover Golf Club every single day, and I measured this every single day for 6 straight months, obsessively trying to correct my swing. And there were many days where I was like, dude, I hit 100, 150 balls, 200 balls, and not one of them went where I wanted it to go. Not one. Not one. But that one shot that I had on September 28th kept me coming back for more. So in Virginia, it's not like Florida, really not like North Carolina particularly. We have a pretty designated golf season, right? Like from mid-March to maybe September, October sometimes you can get out there and play without any real weather issues. Yeah, I was playing in like December, in January. It was snow on the ground and I wanted to go out and play golf. That's how obsessed I was with the game. But during that time, I got a chance to really befriend a ton of people who were just amazing. People who, I would never think I would have anything in common with, but you get in a car with somebody, you're out there struggling, just talking about what life is about, and it made the day go by faster. And dude, I must say, I fell in love. I haven't been in love with anything like this since I picked up the basketball when I was 4 years old. It's probably even deeper than that. But now I'm almost 2 years in. I've probably played 60 golf courses or somewhere around there from for all in Virginia, DC, Maryland, all the way to Finland. And I must say, I love this game, baby. I love everything about it. And I cannot wait to talk to you guys about what my experience has been like through this podcast, number one. And number two, bring to you some of the people I've been playing with because they have such unique stories. Everybody's got a unique story about how they started, how they fell in love with the game, what keeps them coming back. And I think you'll really enjoy that. So what I want to do with this podcast. Number one, bring to you really, really cool stuff, not only from a golf perspective, just playing, but the business of golf. People who influence the game of golf, from golf influencers on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and all social media, TikTok, golf professionals, and people who may not love golf or may not play a lot, but are curious about the game and want to join in on the fun. So, hey, let's tap in. Let's go. All right, we're back. And now I'm going to talk about some of the courses I've played over the past 2 years. They range from probably the nicest courses I've ever been to, uh, whether it be the Country Club of Virginia, River Course, or Independence. These are all in Virginia. Or Kataja Golf in Havinka, Finland, which is the nicest course I've ever played on. Or the dog tracks, some of the places that aren't as beautiful. Uh, and my home course, which is Lakeside Park Club in Lakeside, Virginia. Uh, Definitely have enjoyed all of the places I've played, but I must say that the golf courses that are not some of my favorites have been some of the places I've had a lot of fun. You know, I'm not great. I'm not a plus handicap or anything like that, so I'm not going to sit here and complain about anywhere I've played. But I definitely have played in some places that haven't been the greatest. I remember one time I went out for a charity tournament. I'm not going to name the place because they've done a great job fixing it up. But I could not believe the state of the golf course when I played it. All right. So we go out there, a couple buddies of mine. It's actually a pretty big tournament for a business called Grisette. They're a fantastic restaurant in Richmond, Virginia. Serve the best food. They've got, I think, 3 different restaurants now. And we went out for a charity tournament for, I think it was muscular dystrophy or something like that, which was a great, great, great thing. Donate to your local charities that key in on muscular dystrophy. But we get in the cart, get the hot dogs, get all the things ready to rock and roll. And it's a rolling start, a shotgun start. And I think we started on hole 12. And as we're rolling through this thing, I look at the greens and the greens don't look green. And when I say they don't look green, they were brown. They were brown, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not even thinking about it. But we passed 10 because I'm on hole 12. We went the opposite way. Hole 10, green was brown, brown. Hole 11, green was brown. Okay. And we pass hole 12 and we get on the tee. Look out. There is no green to be had on this hole. The green, I guess, was just dirt, complete dirt, like Mexican weed dirt, and no green imaginable. It was absolutely the worst golf course I've ever been on in my entire life. I don't even think you could call it a golf course. All right. So we paid all this money. I think it was like $100 or something, $150 to play in this golf tournament. And the greens were unplayable. Like, we, hit the ball, drive the ball down the fairway. Fairway was decent. I mean, it wasn't like, pristine Bermuda or anything like that, but they were decent. It was just a normal golf course. You get on the green and it was literally dirt. You couldn't putt at all. We tried it for like the first 5 holes trying to putt, and it was nothing, nothing, nothing there. We played all 18 holes. And I think we attempted to chip the ball in the hole from the green at the end of this thing. So we get to the end of it. The headmaster didn't say anything. No one at the golf course said a word about these greens that obviously, as soon as you got out there, you would tell that they are absolutely unplayable in every way, shape, or form. No one said anything. Not a word. And it cost us $150. Okay. That brings me to my point for this segment, which is the rising cost and the auxiliary costs of greens fees. All right. So, new to golf, did not play before the pandemic. I think a lot of people probably share in that sentiment. A lot of people that listening to this podcast were playing much longer and would probably have more experience with it. When I started playing golf, I could reliably go on Golf Now and get around at a pretty decent golf course in Virginia around Richmond area for like 25, 30, $35, okay? That doesn't include balls or anything like that, of course. You got to pay for your own balls, but fine. All right. Cool. No problem. Over the last year or so, I cannot find a round less than $50 anywhere. I haven't found one on Golf Now or any of those deal sites that you may be able to find. Not one. And I don't mind paying $100 for a really nice golf course or $150. I've paid $280 for the Cascades last year. Matter of fact, I think the Cascades in Hot Springs, Virginia has now gone up to $300 a round. That's a lot of money, in my opinion. But it's worth it. You know, it's a really, really, really great course, one of the best public courses in the country. I don't mind paying that money for playing a golf course. That's really nice. But when you have to pay $75 or more for an average golf course, for an average round, not including warm-up balls, which at the private clubs they just throw out Pro V1s. No problem. They're free. Some of these public courses, it's $75 a round for a dog track. And you have to pay an additional $20 for warm up balls and an additional $20 for your cart. Even though I have a partner, they're charging us for him too. So at the end of the day, we're paying for an average golf course around $125 to $130 a round. That's not sustainable. That's not sustainable. My big deal with golf is they're always talking about growing the game. You know, we want to make golf accessible for everybody. We want to make sure everybody gets a chance to play this beautiful game, and I agree. My inherent problem with that is whether it be due to inflation, whether it be due to rising costs of fuel or whatever you want to call it, this game is getting more and more expensive by the day. Now, I talk about the dog tracks. I want to talk about some of the best places I've ever played. Number one, Kataja Golf in Havinka, Finland. I got a chance to go out to Finland for a program done by University of Virginia. It's called Global Residencies. I'm a graduate of the Darden School of Business at the University of Virginia. Got my MBA there. Go Who's, Wahoo Wah, as you can see in the background and on my hat. And we got a chance to go to many different locations for our vocation for school. I chose to go to Finland, and I was looking around saying, okay, you know, I got to play when I go over there. And I bought, clubs, a bag, a club bag, which is really, really dope too. I got one of those like bags that, um, will roll. It's got wheels on it. It's a soft bag, so it's not a hard bag. And it really was fantastic. Lugged those babies over to Finland. And I was looking online, hitting Google Translate, trying to figure out where to play. And I got a chance to play at probably the nicest place ever. And this brings me back to my beef with pricing. Okay. This place was the nicest place I've ever played. I got 3 days of unlimited golf, plus a private suite, plus breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And when I say a private suite, I mean like my own suite, clubhouse, whatever you want to call it. Like it was like a house with a sauna and all this stuff for $1,000. $1,000. Now, I don't know what you ladies and gentlemen are paying at Pebble Beach. Last I heard, I think it was like almost 2,000 around, not including you know, uh, the hotel and all that stuff, or what you're paying at Pinehurst. I think that's close to 1,500 or somewhere in that area. This was the nicest golf course I've ever been on, and I've been on a lot. Got to play for 3 days straight. 3 days straight for $1,000. Shout out to all the cats over in Finland. I had a fantastic time, and we're probably gonna show you around that. I've got some video footage from there uh, that I'll show on one of these video podcasts and kind of detail in perpetuity or in detail my experience in Finland. Second place I played that was fantastic, really, really dope courses, and my second favorite is the Homestead in Hot Springs, Virginia. They have two courses. One, the old course, which is the oldest continuous use first tee in the United States of America. Fantastic 18 holes that is in the Shenandoah Valley. It's just a pristine, pristine area. And they also have a course down the road called the Cascades. $258 the first time I played. This time it was closer to 300, but it was the most beautiful and is the most beautiful course I've ever played. I've got a flag back there somewhere that I hold on to for dear life because it is a beautiful spot. Last time I played there was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and I ran into a black bear on the 14th fairway. So I'm talking, this is a fantastic course. Is the best, the best, the best. Okay. There's so many different courses in Virginia that you can play, but my beef, my continued beef is the rising cost of getting around in. It's become a point now where you've got to join a club. In Virginia, if you're not at a club, you know, if you play more than 4 or 5 rounds in a month, you're spending close to $700 a month on golf. And I have kids. I don't know if I should be spending that much money on golf. Sometimes I do, especially when it's nice outside. But that's a tough road to hoe, and that's a very expensive hobby, my friends. Very expensive hobby. If I were running for the president of the United States, the first thing I would tackle is not the border crisis, is not rising cost of inflation, is the rising cost of greens fees at Muni golf courses. Vote for me, Carter Whitelow, for your next president of the United States. So it's fit check time, and we're going to ask all of our guests, but now we're going to talk about me now. What you like to wear, what's hot in the golf fashion landscape. And I'm a big fashion guy, love dressing up. If you know me in real life, you know that I really like to look fly for the honeys, especially on the golf course. And I'm just going to go through kind of some of the things I've liked wearing, some of the fashion trends that I'm seeing on the golf course, and kind of detail, what looks fly. because you don't want to be out there looking crazy. You're not going to get any play like that, ladies and gentlemen. So don't go out there looking stupid. All right. Shout out first and foremost, before I name anybody or any brand, shout out to Christina and Matt Loftus at Rhoback. Rhoback, there we go. Rhoback is the brand that you need in your life. Go to rhoback.com. You can find any shirt you possibly want. Quarter zip, short sleeve. Now they're getting into shorts. Man, if you aren't rocking Rhoback, you're not rocking anything. That's a staple of any golf wardrobe. You need it in your closet. So hop on Rhoback. I think they just had a 30% off sale. It's the end of season sale. So go to rhoback.com, get hooked up, tell them Carter sent you, get looking good. But I'm going to go through a list of golf apparel brands that I have seen and kind of comment on them. First and foremost, I'm going to talk about a new brand from my hero, Tiger Woods. Eldrick Tiger Woods came out with the new brand Sunday Red, and it came out with a little fanfare. They had a rollout, I think earlier this year, where they rolled out the logo. And I love Tiger. Don't get me wrong, baby. Tiger Woods, he can play until he's 80 years old. Forget Colin Montgomery. We don't care what Colin Montgomery says. I want to see Tiger teeing it up until he has to be rolled out there. Okay. I love Tiger Woods. However, ladies and gentlemen, Sunday Red might be a bridge too far for your boy. Okay. Maybe I need to get my money up. I'm on broke boy status, apparently, according to Tiger Woods. Okay. I'm looking at SundayRed.com men's. They have a Tiger camo polo, which eh, eh. I mean, it's alright. If I was wearing it, they, on the course, my boys might say, what is that? Short sleeve, $135. $135, ladies and gentlemen. A short sleeve dark matter t-shirt. White. It looks like a white tee. I remember back in the day, we used to wear the double XL white tees that you could get for $15. This looks exactly like that. There's no logo, no branding on it, nothing. $70. $70. Long sleeve, $85. They're charging you 15 more extra dollars for the extra sleeve. No ma'am, no Pam. Okay? No ma'am, no Pam. I like the logo. The logo has actually grown on me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love the knit 3 knit crew. It's $150, but honestly, it looks cashmere. It looks fantastic. $150. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably buy it for $150, but maybe, you know, I like it. It's all right. The logo is actually heat. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. When I first saw the Sunday Red logo, I was like, this kind of looks like it looks weird. Man, that logo is kind of hot now. It's grown on me a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. Shout out Tiger Woods. You're making me feel like a broke boy, broke boy. I need to get my money up, apparently. Shout out to you. But I'm not paying $45 for a glove, bruh. I'm sorry, brother. Looks fantastic. Love it. I ain't doing it. But blessed be. I love it. One of the brands that I really truly love though, like really love it. And I got a polo from the Country Club of Virginia. Shout out CCV and my homies at CCV. Holderness and Bourne. Holderness and Bourne shirts, 10 out of 10 would wear again. I really love the way their shirts fit. Love the wicking on the shirts. Their performance polos are fantastic. They're versatile. You can wear them to work. You can wear them on the golf course. Yeah, they're 110 bucks. So it's in the same range as Sunday Red. But if you go to a golf course and they're selling Holderness and Bourne, you can really find them on deals. You're not going to find a deal for Sunday Red. I'll tell you that right now. And just take a look at their website. Website's heat. They've got a lot of heat here. The Hughes shirt, Seashore, is the one I've got. It's sold out right now on the website. But man, that shirt is nice. Always get compliments about it. Fits you snug like a glove, slug like a bug, snug like a bug. I really like it and enjoy it. Um, I rate Holderness and Bourne. Like I said, Rhoback, can't go wrong. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. Rhoback is the best golf brand right now, and I'll put money on it. I'll put money on it. I'll put money on it. From actual style, okay? From the style to the designs. You can get a UVA uh quarter zip or whatever. They started partnering with different NCAA brands. Texas, I know Texas has got one. Every state has one. You can go out and get I think you can get a hot dog one. Heat, heat. All right, so Rhoback. Right now they're selling uh their short sleeve performance polos for $96, but you can get 15% off your first order. Or you can use a code. If you need a code for Rhoback, holla at your boy. I can hook you up with a code for Rhoback. No problem. No problem. No problem. You get free shipping. But the thing about Rhoback, man, is the wicking and the fabric they use in their shirts is top notch. I have not worn a shirt. I'm wearing a Rhoback shirt right now, mind you. I have not worn a shirt that has felt this good ever, ever. And I've worn Adidas, Nike, Holderness and Bourne. Nah, can't touch Rhoback. Sorry, brother. Also, they've got dope island collections now. You can get the honey in the for the ladies out there in your life. You can get them uh a dress. You know, they've really branched out into athleisure wear. I rate Rhoback heavy. They got polos, hoodies, Q-zips, crew necks, vests. The fleece pullovers are a must. A must, a must, a must. If you don't have a Rhoback fleece pullover, if you don't have a Rhoback fleece pullover, if you don't have a Rhoback fleece pullover, fix yourself. Okay? Fix yourself. All right. More controversial takes. Bad Birdie. Bad Birdie. Shout out to Bad Birdie. But you won't catch your brother wearing Bad Birdie clothes. I'm sorry. And I get that they're a really great golf brand. Shout out to the cats at Bad Birdie. I hope you all are super successful and you sell $1 million. You're able to exit and sell off to uh, whomever. I'm not wearing a podium jersey for $84 on the golf course, player. They just let black people on there wear Jordans. I can't believe they're letting people wear Jordans. They wouldn't even let me in the club wearing Jordans. And now they're letting people wear Jordans on the golf course, which is another story. But do you think that I'm going to wear this podium jersey from Bad Birdie Golf with the number 17 on it on the golf course? They're going to kick me out. They're going to kick me out. They're going to kick me out. There's very floral patterns. It looks very florally. It's very bright. Shout out to Bad Birdie. No, 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 no. I'm sorry. I apologize. No ski woski. Also, I apologize profusely for this. And I saw Jason Day wearing this, and this was a very controversial topic at the Masters. Malbon Golf. No, no, no. Now I know you want to bring streetwear to golf. It's a really cool thing. You're being edgy. You're being subversive by wearing baggy ass pants, looking like Jinko jeans. You no, 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 no. The Malbon men's Coolidge, like Calvin Coolidge, wool trousers. Now, you get out in 90-degree weather wearing baggy ass wool trousers, I'm gonna clown you. Even before you tell me you paid $195 before shipping and handling for a baggy pair of wool trousers. No, 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 no. I don't care. I don't care. Get mad at me all you want, baby. Get mad. Hell no. I I can't do it. I grew up in an era. I'm 39 years old. I grew up in an era where we did wear baggy pants. This was like the thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going back. I'm not going back. I'm not wearing pants that look like that anymore. We're off that. Shout out to the cats that wearing Malman. Great, cool for you. I'm happy for you, baby. No ma'am, no Pam. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. They're on my no list. However, shout out to the second best brand that is so comfortable. And if you've got one, if you got some, you know what I'm talking about. Peter Marar. By the way, right now, they've got an end of season sale. Go on petermalar.com. You can get 50% off selected items. And the selected items, they actually have some heat. Heat. Polos are actually responsible. It's $105 for a polo shirt in multiple colors. The pants are extremely comfortable. And this is coming from somebody that's very picky on the pants. Because if you got those pants that the inseam's too much, he's riding up too much. Nah, nah, I can't do it. You're digging while you're riding in the cart, trying to get that. I can't do it. These are very, very comfortable pants. Shout out to Peter Millar. Like I said, they got a fantastic sale. They actually have a Cooperstown collection. I'm about to go get some Washington Nationals gear to wear. Shout out James Wood, knocking the cover off the ball. But at the end of the day, just be comfortable. You know, I might be clowning one of your favorite brands. If you're wearing Malbon, stop. If you're wearing Malbon, stop. But whatever you wear, be comfortable. And don't wear cargo pants, dog. Don't do it. It looks stupid. It looks stupid. But seriously though, go out, Rhoback.com, go purchase a Rhoback shirt. Tell them Carter sent you and dress nice. We'll see y'all next week for it. All right, last segment on the first episode of the Green Teas podcast. We're going to talk about what's going on in the next couple of weeks. And of course, you know it's Olympic time, baby. Play our beautiful Olympic music. Oh, yeah. Looking forward to the games in Paris. The boss lady, Kelly Okun, is out in Paris right now enjoying the Olympic Games. It seems like a fantastic time. And there's going to be a lot of golf. All right. We start on August 1st. The men's individual stroke play starts. Round one. We've got quite a few individual entries here. Uh, I'm gonna go for USA, of course. Really coming in strong with their entries. But we've got a heavy hitter group of folks on the tee sheet here. So USA is going to be represented by Scotty Scheffler. Obviously, on a heater this year, is in line. If Xander Schauffele doesn't win Player of the Year, it's going to be Scotty. It's a two-man race. Both of these gentlemen are going to be playing for Team USA in the Olympics, so you might as well just put us up on the podium. We're winning gold this year. Colin Morikawa is going to be on the team, and Wyndham Clark's going to round out their foursome. But we got Ludwig Aberg. Obviously, the boy Rory's going to be out there along with Shane Lowry representing Ireland. Tommy Fleetwood is going to be out there. Minwoo Lee's going to be representing Australia. Going to be a good time. Looking forward to seeing Matt Fitzpatrick out there swinging with Tommy Fleetwood. I think that's going to be a good twosome there. Hideki Matsuyama, one of my faves, going to be out there for Japan. I think he's got a decent chance. You know, anybody can get on a heater here. My boy Victor Hovland, representing Norway. Of course, I'm going to be rooting for him. I'm a big Victor Hovland fan. I don't know why. He's just swaggy, you know? Got really nice swag. Love the way he plays. Love his attitude. But come on. On the men's side, the US has got this in the bag. If Scotty or Xander doesn't win, I don't see how anybody else takes it. Truly. So the men's individual stroke play is going to be from August 1st to August 4th. August 7th, the women are going to tee it up. And you know what? The women up in the air. I think that Charlie Hull is going to be looking great for Great Britain. I think that's going to be hard to beat her right now. But we'll see. I think, though, the United States yet again is going to take it home. My girl Nelly. Nelly. She's going to come in strong. She's been swinging the club very well this year. I think she's been hot and cold, but she had such a good run at the first portion of the year. Rose Zhang is going to be out there for the U.S. as well. I'm putting my money on the U.S. again taking home an individual gold. We got a 1 out of 3 chance for those. So we'll see. We'll see. Women will be teeing it off, like I said, on the 7th through the 10th. And then we're done. Individual stroke play is over with. Also, currently right now, 3M Opens happening in TPC Twin Cities. Last year, Lee Hodges took it home. This year, in first place, Taylor Pendrith. This is going to be lacking of star power, of course. I mean, all of the big stars are going to be at the Olympics right now, which is fine. Also, this week, Live UK. Look, I'm not a hater of Live. I love Live. I know that's a very controversial topic in some circles. Live is dope, you know? John Rahm, 8 birdies today, July 26th. He's at the top of the leaderboard at 8 under at Live United Kingdom. Bubba Watson, not a great day today, but that's okay. That's all right. We'll get him. He had 12 shots and 2 straight par fours. That's tough. 2 doubles back to back. What can you do? Andy Ogletree, 2 shots back, tied with Abraham Answer. Tyrell Hatton's in 4th place, tied with Cam Smith. We'll see what happens this weekend. I think that's going to be a fun tournament. I saw somebody stumbling and bumbling and almost fell through the course into a bunker. He looked inebriated. That's okay, though. Live is not like the PGA Tour. I love both tours, of course, but you know you're going to have fun when you go to a Live event. That's the great thing about it. Live is fantastic. We'll see what happens this weekend with all the things going on. Check out Fairway to Green, the best place you can find all the results. Kelly will bring them to you. But let's see what happens at the Olympics. I'm really, really excited. Go, go, USA. We're going to take home the gold again. Scotty's going to win probably. And if Scotty doesn't win on the men's side, Xander will. And my girl Nelly. I love you, love you, love you. I can't wait to see you draped up, dripped out in gold from Paris. All right, y'all. That's it. We're done with this week's Green Teas podcast. Next week, we'll have a guest on here, so it won't but just be me talking crazy the entire time about people's terrible golf fits. And I look forward to seeing you then. Peace.